Hi guys, welcome back to the channel and to another new music reaction. Alright, tonight I'm going to be listening to and watching the video for a song by a band that I have never heard previously, but again, as usual, was recommended to me by you guys. And this is going to be another a cappella group. Their name is Home Free, and this is a cover of Man of Constant Sorrow. Now, I'm interested in hearing this. I do know this song. I have a decent familiarity with this sort of style of music. Growing up, my parents used to listen to more country-ish, bluegrass style music sometimes, and a lot of people where I grew up did as well. So I am very familiar with this, so I'm very interested to see how this is presented by an a cappella group. Yeah, so again, this is going to be very different from any of the music I've reacted to so far, but that kind of seems to be a theme. We're trying out all sorts of different things. So I'm looking forward to it. All right, so let's check it out. Here we go. Ooh. All right. Okay. All right. We're really setting an appropriate tone, right?
I am a man of constant sorrow. I've seen trouble all my days.
Nice.
I bid farewell to old Kentucky, the place where I was born and raised. The place where he was born and raised.
Very nice. Very nice.
4 or 6 long years I've been in trouble. No pleasures here on earth I've found.
I see him in the background doing that. Very nice.
Oh, in this world I'm bound to ramble. I have no friends to help me now. He has no friends to help
The guy with the deep bass there.
It's fare thee well, my old true lover. I never expect to see you again.
I love that.
I'm bound to ride that northern railroad. Perhaps I'll die upon this train. Perhaps he'll die upon this train.
It's just awesome. Straight up sounds like he's playing an accordion or something. That's impressive. Or a harmonica. What's accordion? Jesus, that's
Bury
so
me in some deep valley.
That's the guy with the bass.
Here's where I may live. Then you may learn to love another while I am sleeping in my grave.
While he is sleeping in his grave.
Whoa, okay, that is deep.
Maybe your friends think I'm just a stranger. My face you never see no more. But there is one promise that is given. I'll meet you on God's golden shore. He'll meet you on God's golden shore. Here we go.
Woo! Alright, that guy is impressive. Back to the back to the gator. Nice. All right. Okay, well, that was Home Free's version of Man of Constant Sorrow, and I was digging it. I really enjoyed that quite a bit. It's funny for me to think about, okay, because like I said, I've been listening to a lot of different styles of music so far on this music reaction journey that I'm taking. And I guess in some ways, this is most similar to Pentatonics, just in the fact that they're both a cappella groups. But in other ways, of course, they're very, very different. And I'm trying to think of it. I'm curious. For those of you that know the history of this band, of Home Free, and like how they were trained, where they came from, do they have more of like a classical sort of a cappella background, or do they more come out of just like this sort of bluegrass background and then they just thought maybe we could take on this a cappella style? Because I'm trying to think of, if you think of like the two different areas of kind of a cappella where you would expect to see it, there's a very more kind of casual setting, and I feel like it's very at home with things like bluegrass or country music, that sort of style that you can see very perfectly represented and embodied here. And then there's more of a sort of, I guess, classical take on a cappella groups that you'd expect to see performing in, say, concert halls or at benefits in Ivy League universities. And they have, like, a cappella clubs that are very difficult to get into, and they're very classically trained individuals. And I don't think that Pentatonics is totally along those lines, because they really have their own style and they seem to do all sorts of different types of music. But the fact that they do some things like, even with Hallelujah, but not even just that, the Dance of the Sugar Plum Fairy, they have classical songs, they do a lot of Christmas music. That is more like along those lines. So it's interesting to think about the comparison between the two, and I'd be curious to know about Home Free's background, if they were, if they had sort of a similar training and education, or if they were more of like that grassroots sort of thing. It's interesting to me, the idea of comparing the two, but at the same time you can't totally compare them, because clearly they're very different in what they're trying to do. But I kind of think I almost like that version of Man of Constant Sorrow better than the Soggy Bottom Boys one. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I really liked when the bass singer came in. He was ridiculously impressive. But then all of the musical instrument or background sounds, like the creating the atmospheric sound of like almost like a like the swampy sort of frog sort of sound in the background. But then you also had the guy coming in, and I don't know why I said accordion, but sorry, my brain messed up for a second there. But with the harmonica sound, that was insanely impressive too. But it was very atmospheric. It really set the appropriate tone, and I don't know, it was just really fun. I could definitely listen to that multiple times. I really enjoyed it. So I'd be curious to find out more about them. Those of you that are fans of the band, if you have some contextual background information for me, I'd love that. Or some other suggestions of songs of theirs that you think I should check out. Do they mostly stay in like this style, or do they do a variety of different styles of songs and music? Yeah, so any info you could give me, I would appreciate. And that was a lot of fun. So thank you for whoever recommended them in the first place. And I will hopefully see you guys next time. Thank you very much for joining me. Bye.